Hey, it's Fuzz Friday again, and so it must be time for pedal of the day. And today's pedal of the day is a fuzz pedal, and it's the wonderfulness that is the 1.5 OC75 tone bender. So this is a very cool pedal. What I'm actually showing you here is the prototype that Dave Main sent to me back in 2013, I think. That was the first time we made it. So a few years before, we made the Mark II, the Pro Mark II together, and it was a great success using the OC84s, fantastic transistors, just really stable, incredibly consistent, very low wastage, great transistor. So after that happened, we thought the natural thing to do was make the 1.5. And we made it in gold to distinguish it away from anything else that was on the market. Any people copying us weren't making them in gold, so we thought, smart move. Then people started calling it the Goldie. So the pedals always pick up these nicknames. When we did the shortboard Mark II, the blue one, people called it the Blue Meanie. The green one became the Green Bastard. You see, I'll tell you what happened. Dave called me and said, listen, I've got a great bunch of OC75 transistors and they're going to work really well in a 1.5 circuit, but the Goldie's brilliant, why would we change it? Well, it coincided with me doing this trip to the painters and making the blue and the green and the red and this copper case. So I said, well, why don't we try it in the copper case and see what happens, at least makes a prototype. And he sent it over. So what normally happens when Dave sends me a prototype is it arrives and I look at it and go, ooh. This one I sort of looked at and went, yeah, it's an interesting colour, this copper. And it looks different in all lights. So when it actually came out, first people called it the Copperhead, which was quite polite. And then the Brick Bender is another name for it. And it looks different in all lights. Sometimes it can look sort of purple or almost black, and sometimes it looks really shiny bronzy colour. It catches the light in really weird ways. People call it the Puke Bender, which I thought was really nice. And another really good name for it was the Bear Fart, because at some points you can get this sort of bark out of it, this bear farting noise. Which so now I get emails all the time saying, can I go on the waiting list? Sometimes they'll say for the Copperhead, the Brick Bender, the Puke Bender, or sometimes the Bear Fart. Can I go on the waiting list for the bear farting pedal, please? Yeah, yes, of course you can. Yeah, very good. So we made it, and of course, yeah, the prototype arrives, and there was no doubt about it. It was just a fabulous sounding thing. The circuit in it is also, you know, what normally happens when Dave sends me a pedal is I listen to it like that very quickly and I sort of go, okay, and then I walk away and I do something else and I'll go something downstairs in the shop and then I'll come up again and I'll have another listen and make sure I wasn't going mad, and it is really great, and they always seem to be fantastic. Then I'll open it up and have a look, and looking inside a 1.5 is it's just a joy. You know, the circuit is such wonderful simplicity, but it creates this wonderful palette of sounds. So at full tilt, it really is. sizzles. sausages sizzling in a pan. They can be vegetarian, they can be vegan sausages if you like, before you start writing in. But of course the 1.5 cleanup is legendary. I haven't switched the pedal off, that's... And that is an amazing range of sounds from just your volume control. Not talking about tone, you haven't switched your amp, you haven't switched another pedal on, I haven't touched the tone control on my guitar. Literally just going from 6 to 10. Hairy. More hair than a hipster's beard. Yeah, so the 1.5 OC75. First time we ever used OC75s in a 1.5 tone bender. I mean, in recent years. Obviously the old ones haven't been, but this of our reissues. So the 1.5 thing's interesting now. Goldie is now using OC75s as well. Copper's using OC75s. There's still OC84s coming along in gold ones now and again. And then we do a pedal called El Diablo, which has a mixture of transistors in, unmatched transistors. And that's very similar to the Vox tone bender. So that's a really cool pedal. A lot more aggressive. Maybe we'll do that on another pedal of the day. But until then, happy Fuzz Friday, everyone, and rock on.